What's up YouTube? I'm the Merc Plays and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing The Division 3. Yes, that's right. I can't believe it. It's actually been announced that they are finally working on The Division 3. I'm being joined by Crash Tester 99.
What's up?
And we're going to talk about this because I think this is probably like one of the best news I've heard this year. I was expecting another Ghost Recon game, but that didn't happen. And I guess we just have to wait until December 7th to actually find out for sure what's actually coming, right? But nevertheless, Division 3, for sure, we know it's confirmed that they started working on it officially now. So let's talk about it. Crash, what are your thoughts on the Division 3? Do we need one? Are you excited for it? What's up?
I mean, if they take the gloves off and, don't try to tiptoe around the idea of new features and stuff, I'm all for it. As long as they make some good changes and, take out the bad stuff that was in the first two, I'm all for it.
What exactly does that mean, right? Like, I want to see, for me, I would love to see the survival element be implemented more. Like, your whole hunger meter and your, drink meter, all that. And obviously also, injuries. Come on, we can't just, we need injuries to be happening in the Division. I know for some people it's going to be a nuisance, but again, it adds to that post-apocalyptic world of survival that it is trying to be, right? What are your thoughts on like a more of a survival aspect, like going into more deep diving into survival for the next Division?
I would love to have survival in Division 3, kind of in the same vein of the survival mode from Division 1, just without having to deal with an infection. Both games had, in the core gameplay, had food and water that you could eat and drink, but for what? That did nothing. Give us like actual injuries. Your character's getting shot at a lot. We should be getting like bullet wounds, or jumping off buildings and breaking a leg or something that you have to patch up with like a med kit or something in order to move normally.
Right.
Just more survival.
I think
more survival stuff like that.
I think Breakpoint did it very well. Whenever you were in a gunfight, if somebody would like snipe you or shoot you, it would make a wound on your arm, and then
your character would limp.
Right, and then you couldn't use that arm, so you would have to take out your pistol to continue the fight or something. But if you were in cover, you could bandage it up and you would go back to normal.
Yes.
Those little details,
something similar to that.
Right. Those details are something that is very important for, just to immerse yourself in this world of, that is in chaos and conflict. So go a little bit into it. If not, go full throttle and let's see what we can get out of it. Another thing I want to talk about, man, something that I really wish they do implement like 100% is companions. I would love to have a dog companion. We see these dogs running around in New York. We saw them running around in Washington, D.C. I mean, we could just befriend one. We can actually go up to a dog, befriend it, and then it's adopted. And then you can just use it as your partner as you're exploring whatever city we're gonna get next. He would sniff out enemies if they're around. He would alert you. He would sniff out loot, or just like if someone was in need, he would bark and run off and you would have to chase him down or something. There's just so many things that you can do with a dog in a game like that, right? In like a survival like setting. But not just only dogs. I mean, you could have human companions, right? Like the factions that we help out throughout the settlements and everything do that. Because I know out there's a lot of solo players for the Division that still love the game just like myself, that kind of want to just go in there and do all the content, but there's no one else to play online with at the moment, on your friends list or whatever. Again, they can do a lot with a companion system, and I think I'm not the only one that's thinking about this, but I think it's a great idea if they were to put it in the game for the next one. What do you think about companions, man?
Oh yeah, they totally need to do it. I mean, especially for like casual solo players that don't want to group up and do content with other people. They just
Right.
want to solo the whole game. I mean, what's the point of a game if solo players and group players can't enjoy it at the same time?
True.
Well, then it just caters to one side. Like you go to a settlement and it's like, like a bounty board sort of thing, but it's got like, different profiles of, NPCs that you can just hire and be like, hey, I want this guy to come with me. He looks kind of cool.
Right.
You could take like your friend's character with you while they're offline to go, to go with you to go do stuff. And then,
Right.
That can collect like some loot or some resources for that player while it's playing with you.
Right. So kind of what Breakpoint did as well. They you could see on your friends list, friends characters would be around a meeting table in the main hub, and they would be offline, but they would still be there. One of the best ideas, if they were to implement this into the game, that would be fantastic. To just get other Division agents, that have their loadouts and just partner up with you as AI. That would be freaking awesome. Definitely something to look forward to, and that actually would be one of the biggest features. Like that would be the selling point, I believe, for the Division 3. If they were like, hey guys, check this out, you get to play with other Division agents builds as your companions. Like what? Like that's insane.
Right. There's so much they could do.
Yeah, you can hire like a tank support, you can a tank companion or a healer companion, or more like a DPS companion. There's there's so much they could do with this. If they were to actually sit down, and I hope they watch this video to kind of get some ideas of what the actual community wants to see, at least the solo community. Companions, I think, is a big thing. I hope they do it. I hope we see it. I think it'd be a great addition to the game. I want to bring up an idea, just came to my head, right? How about they add a system of calling down like airstrikes or mortar strikes, right? Apparently, what's our operator system, the Isaac system. We have satellites and all this stuff in the Division, all this high tech. How good would it be, right, to be able to call down airstrikes from like a satellite or something, just out of nowhere? We have stations where we're using either the enemy's equipment or their tech to support our missions in real time, right? If you remember in Ghost Recon Wildlands, you were able to call down mortars, you were able to call down a vehicle if you were like in the middle of nowhere. To me, it reminds me of Destiny's the Warmind, what was his name? Rasputin. Like we have that kind of tech in the Division that we could probably use in Division 3. Like that's something that would be really cool to add to the game, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That would definitely be cool. I mean, the enemies, for crying out loud, had mortars of their own that they could fire at us.
Right.
And all we got were like drones and shit.
Yeah. Like I said, I want to see more of the tech in the Division, because we know that there's really high tech out there that the enemies use against us. If we could use it against them, it would be phenomenal. So that's with the skills. Now, just to kind of get the other portion of this video done, I want to talk about the things that I want fixed. I'm really, it's a nitpick, but here's what I want them to not do anymore, and that's running by lootable objects and not crouching down to look. I absolutely hate this feature in the Division 2. We had the feature in Division where the character would go around and actually scavenge the way you're supposed to add that element of like you're looking for things and you're being vulnerable at that moment to look down to get whatever you're getting. So I want them to bring that back. I want to see myself like going there, opening the bag up. It doesn't have to be too long, obviously, but long enough to make you feel like you're going through some loot that you're like hoping that it has the item that you want to craft, or you know, whatever, or the water bottle that you need because you need water, or you're hungry, you know, stuff like that really adds to the immersion. And I hope they bring it back, if not just like a toggle for those players who don't like it, but the players who do enjoy it will actually have the option to go, you know, toggle it on and off. That's one of my things that I'm mostly complained about Division 2. I'm telling you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, download the Division. You'll see how good it feels to go through lootable items in that game from, you know, the difference of Division 2. But that's one of my biggest things that I hope they fix, and I hope to see again in Division 3. But what would be one? Let's just do one of the things that you want them to get kind of rid of and improve on, Crash.
Well, to add to what you said, they could make that a toggable. Horizon Forbidden West did it, so they can do it.
Right.
I think one of the things that I would really want them to fix is the bullet sponginess of the enemies. I know, like in Division 1, the higher tier you got in difficulty, the millions of health enemies got, and it was just ridiculous. Division 2, they tried to alleviate that by giving enemies armor plating, but the armor plating was just as tanky as the enemies in Division 1 were, and so it still turned them into bullet sponges, at least the ones that were wearing armor.
Right.
After you broke the armor, though, they were, you know, easier to kill, but they still had a lot more health than they needed. But that's one thing I hope they fix in Division 3, is finding the perfect amount of health enemies need for each tier of difficulty. They don't need armor plating that you have to waste 5 or 6 clips of ammo to break through.
Yeah.
In order to do damage to them. I don't mind if there's like if you're fighting a boss in an arena, that there's an arena mechanic that you have to do to activate a damage phase on a boss. That's fine. A lot of games do that.
Right.
Just no bullet sponginess. I hate bullet sponginess. It takes away from my fun. It just turns the game into a big slog.
And I mean, it is kind of annoying to kind of go through 3 clips of your ammo just to kind of down a purple or
one enemy.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous. Obviously, the game has gone through so many different updates, so it like makes it a lot easier now. But it was present at launch on both games, so we're kind of hoping it doesn't come back. If it is still there, it would be good if they fix that. I agree, but nevertheless, man, I have high hopes for the Division 3, and I'm glad we're going to get another one. I think it's a great franchise that needs to grow. Again, I'm disappointed because, you know, we didn't get another Ghost Recon, but the news of Division 3 has got me excited for, you know, the Tom Clancy brand again. It would be pretty cool to, you know, have something to look forward to in the future. So I'm excited. Are you excited?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we get excited. If you're excited, just let me know down in the comments below. By the way, also let me know what you think they should change or add in Division 3 down in the comments below. Guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are planning to do more videos like this in the future. We just want to talk about and kind of give our own opinions on stuff that's coming out or that's already out. And yeah, I'm excited to do this, and you know, Crash is on board, and hopefully Dark Crystal will be joining us as well to kind of give her own opinion on the games coming. So again, Crash, thank you so much for stopping by, man.
Yep.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and always remember to level up in game and in real life. We'll see you guys on the next one. Well, that's it for the video.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any feedback for me, please leave it in the comments below. And always remember to level up in game and in real life. We'll see you guys soon.